Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you. Welcome to another video on the channel. This video is on a game that I've played a lot recently and I really wanted to make a video on, but due to me being a lazy bum, I've just never gotten around to doing it. Well, that ends now. Today, I'm going to be making the video on the text-to-speech showcase game, Baer. Now, you're probably wondering, what is Baer? Well, according to the information billboard that you see right at spawn, Baer is a demonstration of Sam text-to-speech in Roblox, not to be confused with Microsoft Sam. Sam is a voice synthesis program originally developed by Mark Barton and published in 1982. We also go on to mention why it's spelled Bear instead of the normal way of spelling it, and it's simply just due to the odd pronunciation of the Sam text-to-speech. Now, like I said, Bear is a showcase game. There is no real mission or objective to do anything here. There are a few cool spots and secret items in the game, however, and this video is going to be focusing mainly on that. The first area is the factory. It is directly in front of spawn. Well, it kind of depends. You kind of spawn in facing different directions sometimes, so it's kind of more ambiguous than that, but whatever. Basically, inside the factory, there is this chute that has these broken TV hat things on a conveyor belt. It goes through some kind of green ooze machine, and they come out as not broken and like refurbished and crap. There's also like a stationary crane thing that's supposed to pick up boxes, but it never moves, so like it doesn't really matter. If you go to the outside, you also notice there is this smokestack thing with this green smoke coming inside. If you jump into it, then it'll turn your skin green and take away most of your health, which is kind of neat, I guess. The only way to reverse this is by resetting, but yeah, that's cool, I guess. Fun little secret, if you go around to the very back of the factory, you'll see this image of just a random Roblox player with the name DrawnGamer62. Now, if you've been on the Roblox decal website before, you've probably seen this guy. He's been on the top results for like 3 years or something, which is insane, considering I've researched him, and like, nobody knows who the hell he even is, so, yeah, that's pretty interesting. The next area is the bar. It's called 50 Sodas, and it's a good bit away on the right side of the map. Well, it kind of depends. You kind of spawn in on different orientations sometimes, but I'm just going to consider this being the right side. Now, you could just walk there like you did at the factory, but there's actually a neat little shortcut that basically everyone knows, but if you're new here, you probably won't know. If you type, "man, I need a drink" into the chat, then it'll teleport you to the bar a lot faster, which is a really neat way to just go down there, pick up a soda, stuff like that. Now, to actually get the sodas, there's sort of an NPC there, called Zerum. They're one of the, devs of the game, and you can interact with them and get different items and stuff. You can get anything from, like, the normal cola, a hamburger, to the disgusting alien sandwich thing that I like, to, like, an explosive potato. So, yeah, you can get basically anything here, too. There's also this trash bin, which I think it's supposed to be like you put your items in here and it goes away, although I've tried using it before and it didn't work, but whatever. There's not really much else here. There are these like images of like stuff on the wall, I guess. There's like cool looking battles and stuff. There's also an image of like all the a bunch of players holding up the Blame David sign that there is at spawn. But aside from that, there's not really much else. The next area is the park. It's spelled weirdly again because the text-to-speech pronounces it weirdly. Wow, what a surprise. Now, there's not really much to the park. It's just sort of a relatively small gated off area with benches and a statue in the center of the bear mascot dude, the robot guy. Uh, Aside from the secret area here, which I'll get to later, there's not really much else here, so we're going to be moving on. The next area is the large building directly behind the park. Now, for some reason, you can't enter the building. I have no idea why. If you're going to make it this large of a map feature, then you probably should just be able to enter it, but whatever. Yeah, besides that, there's not really that much on the ground floor. There is a fountain area with a few benches that you can sit at again, a few trees around here. You can also climb up onto the roof, which has slightly more stuff. There seems to be some, like, way to get into the building from the top, but it's also locked. Wow. What a coincidence. There's a radio that says blame David, and it's like kind of fried for some reason. It's like not, it's just like static. There's also a few smokestacks around here uh, that you can kind of jump into, and it'll turn your skin purple, kind of like the ones in the factory. But besides that, and the other secret area that's up on top, there's not really much else, and we're going to be moving on from there too. There are also these sort of trampolines behind Swan and to the right. You can kind of jump on them. They can send you high sometimes. Uh, Sometimes if you get lucky, they'll send you really high into the sky, and you'll get the badge, the big jump or something. And yeah, that's pretty cool. There's also this like tent thing around here. Uh, it has the definition of a chair on a book in front of it. Uh, I have no idea what this is meant to be at all. There's also a little area we could sit around this like campfire. But yeah, besides that, there's not really much else in this area. You know how I was talking about secret areas? Well, we're going to be going to all the secret areas to get the first hidden item, the fish and the fish sticker. First, let's start off with the factory since it's going to be the easiest one to get. Okay, so if you go over there, walk over to the factory, and press up against one of the walls, eventually you'll be able to find this, like, false wall area. Just slide along there until eventually you get to this area into the door where it leads you to a place called the Pumpkin Zone. Now, you can explore further into here, but, I mean, you don't really need to do that, so I'm just not going to do it. Okay, so heading out of the factory, let's go to the next area, which is going to be the bar. Now, you could just walk there, but if you use that neat little trick I showed you, a little editor's note here, it turns out the mandatory AI face check thing for chat rolled out as I was recording this video, actually. Yeah, I tried opening chat to do something, and it said I needed to, like, verify my age to unlock chat, so, like, yeah, that's, uh, that's not great. I ended up doing it anyway, and it got my age wrong, but it put me in an age group where I can basically talk to, like, most people, so, like, I don't really care. Okay, so I'm at the bar, and if you follow me over here, you need to go to basically the very edge of the map here. There's a little sign here called Scenic Look. And if you look around here, you'll eventually find this barely visible brick here. Very transparent, but you can actually land on it, and there's a false wall here between like the edge of the map. And if you go into there, you'll see this sort of like fish with legs and the fish there too. Yeah. The next secret area is going to be the park, or whatever the hell it's supposed to be pronounced because it's spelled weirdly. So if you go to the center, you'll find that statue thing there, and if you go over to the left of where this guy is facing, you'll eventually be able to no-clip into this like secret underground room area. Inside of there is a bottle of glue and a key. Uh, yeah. I have no idea what these are meant to mean either, but all you have to do is really just go to the area. You don't have to do anything with any of those. So just crawl out and head over to the next secret area. The next two secret areas are in the large building behind the park. If you press up against one of the walls, eventually you'll be able to find this false wall in one of the windows that leads to this underground cola place. Inside of there, there's actually another false wall that gives you this really great view of the void. You can even see the water dripping where the fountain is at. There's really nothing else to do here, so we're going to be moving on. The final area is on top of the building in one of these triangular things that have smokestacks on top of them. Press up against the wall and begin jumping against it. Eventually you're able to kind of no-clip your way through this little doorway in the side of it. It may take a few tries because the doorway is kind of small, but eventually you're able to find it and get inside. Inside this room there are these captured artists. One kind of looks like a clown, and another is just a peanut with eyes. That's odd. There are also three cameras here and this rather uncanny image of a troll. At this point, you should have visited all five of the secret areas. To get the fish gear, click on stickers and scroll all the way down until you see an image of a fish with legs. Click on it. It should give you a gear in your inventory called the fish in all caps. It literally doesn't do anything, but yeah, it's still pretty neat to have. If you paid close attention, you notice I have an item in my inventory already. It's called the Silly Guitar. It's a guitar that when clicked can play one of three songs, or you can put keys on your keyboard to play your own notes to make your own song. Getting the guitar is relatively straightforward, but actually surprisingly difficult. In the very southeast corner of the map, aka the same corner that has the trampolines and tent, there is a hatch that opens every 6 hours in the day. Note, this is not 6 hours in server time or playtime, so you do not need to be here for 6 hours. That hatch, of course, leads to the room with the silly guitar. If you attempt to clip into the room when the hatch is not open, aka when the 6 hours are not up, then the epic troll, which is the same thing that teleports you to the bar 50 sodas, will kill you. So yeah, you actually just need to wait this one out. It's not, like, extremely difficult to do, it just takes a lot of time. Now you're probably wondering, why did it take so long to make this video? Well, it's a few things. I wasn't even intending to make a video on this game. I was going to make it on this game, Afghanistan Fazbear, but it turns out my computer didn't like when I tried using CapCut to record it, or Clipchamp, or the built-in Xboxing, or really just anything else. I think that game is more intensive on the CPU, and because my computer just hates me, like it really, really hates me, a lot of times Roblox will just completely crash because for some reason Edge likes to open 80 windows in the background and it takes up most of my memory, so it all switches to the CPU and kind of just overloads it. And well, yeah, you can guess how that goes down later. So basically, I just resorted to having to do it in Baer. I had to be really careful. I had to watch a lot of my stuff on Task Manager to make sure nothing like Edge opened up and just completely like flooded everything. Uh, that's basically the whole reason why I haven't been able to make a video, is because when I tried recording something in Roblox, it would just crash and like soft lock the computer. Speaking of, I actually ended up having my computer blue screen in the process while I was editing this video. Luckily, CapCut is a lifesaver and it like saved the thing before that, so yeah, I didn't really lose any progress. Well, this concludes the definitive guide to Roblox Baer. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing. It helps out a ton. And until next time, see you on the flip side.